nightmare.
Activate.
Okay, so today we're going to be going through that biology GCSE paper 2 from 2018. This would be the triple higher, okay? So let's just jump into it. All right, so question number 1. Many humans' actions are reflexes. Which two of the following, right? So it's asking you for 2 boxes over there, are examples of reflex actions. So again, like I was saying, if you don't know the answers, try to go through the process of elimination so you can actually get and improve odds just in case you end up guessing at the end, okay? So jumping into the air to catch a ball, you definitely have to think about that. So that will be a no right there. Raising your hand to protect your eyes in the bright light. Well, you can do 2 things. You can raise your hands or you can just look away. So that's something that it gives you an option that you can choose from. So that also is not going to be one of those. Releasing saliva when food enters the mouth. That is something you can't control. It just happens. Running away from danger. That is something that you can actually change as well. There is the fight or flight response. So you choose in there. So that wouldn't be a reflex action, which leaves us with these 2. Withdraw your hand from a sharp object and releasing saliva when food enters the mouth. So I would believe that those 2 will be your answers right there, okay? Now moving on to question 1.2. It says here, figure 1 shows the size of a pupil of the human eye can change by reflex action. Name 1 stimulus that can cause the pupil to change size from A to B as shown in figure 1. Well, the only thing that would be, it would be a bright light, because as the pupil is very, very open, it allows to take in as much light as possible, and if it's too bright, it will close to reduce the amount of light going in, and obviously it will be the same as the opposite. If you don't have too much light coming in and it's dark, then the pupil will open to allow as much light as possible to be able to get an image. So for that question 1.2, we're going to go for a bright light. And there you have it. Let's go to the next question. Question 1.3. Structure Q causes changes in the size of a pupil. Name structure Q. Okay, so when we look at the image over here, we can see structure Q right here. And that part of your eye is called the iris. There we go. Question 1.4. Describe how Q causes the changes in the size of a pupil from A to B, right? And it's a 1-mark question, so you don't have to go into too much detail, but you will essentially just have to say muscle contraction. Okay, so here we are, and this is question 1.5. It says, figure 2 shows the structures involved in the coordination of a reflex action. Describe how the structure shown in figure 2 helps you to coordinate a reflex action. So we have your receptor, your effector, neuron C, neuron B, a spinal cord, and then we got neuron A. Okay, for the first 2 marks, you're going to say that the receptor is going to receive the stimuli and then it's going to be carried on as an electrical input through neuron A or the sensory neuron. All right, so that's your first part over there. Now, okay, so now once the signal has reached the spinal cord, in these 0 sections here are called synapses. Right? The synapses will turn the electrical impulses into chemical impulses, chemical signals that will go into the neuron B, and neuron B is called the relay neuron. So once the signals are gone to the relay neuron will pass them on to the motor neuron or neuron C. Once this happens, the effector will carry out a response. For example, the muscles will move, or the leg will contract, or glands will secrete chemicals, or any kind of response that is necessary. So you have it, guys. That is question 1.1 from the 2009 and 2018 biology paper 2 for triple science. And so we're going to be looking at question number 2 in the next video. See you then.
It was a nightmare. Activate.